Everybody in Tampa cannot wait to see big number 50 back in his uniform. Chiefs won the toss, and they will receive. Now, McLaughlin, who's also looking for a contract from the Bucs, is going to kick off tonight. It's a beautiful night in Tampa, John. 88 degrees. There's a lot of fans watch their Bucs play. Justin Fields starts at quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs, who was in New Jersey with Jets last year. Quarterback competition behind him, Garrett Nussmeier, who we'll talk about a little bit later in this game. But this is a team, John, that started with Holmes' era. And they're trying to get their season back on track now.
And it's hard to talk about Bain. Just played his first NFL snap in this. Todd Bowles been preaching his praise throughout training camp. This is going to be a big addition for this Buccaneer defense. Keep an eye on number 3 over the guard in some passing situations.
Chiefs come out with 2 tight ends, 1 back. Kenneth Walker, their free agent addition. He's got nowhere to go. I tell you what, we'll tackle him a little bit. I did not know that Zion McCollum was going to play. He didn't practice most of the week, but he's back. And this is one of the things he does really, really well.
Walker, arguably the biggest offseason acquisition in the AFC West in the open field. McCollum takes him to the ground with ease. Bottom of the screen, Ruben Bain. Let's see him get after the passer.
Done by Bucs defense there. Keontae Scott, who's in the starting nickel role for this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team in the flat there in zone coverage, comes up to make a tackle in his Bucs defense.
He's got to love it. He might have 3 potential rookies starting. There's Keontae Scott making his presence felt.
Oh, Chief, go back. Who's been hurt most of the preseason. Here's your returner to start this game. Ford F-150 official truck, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I think communication is big. Todd Bowles on defense, communicating with Alex and the coordinator, Zach Robinson, working on his game day communication with Baker Mayfield. That's going to be big. And I think Todd Bowles is good competition, so expect the Bucs to sub early, and I'm really anxious to see Jalen Daniels at quarterback.
Bucky Irvin's in tonight. There's somewhat of a competition at tight end, so we'll get to talk about that later. But of course, they're going to hand the ball off to Bucky Irvin, off to the right side. And last year, missed those games. The year looks happier. Has Kenneth Gainwell in the backfield. What do you think about their situation in running back?
I think it's exciting. He's 10 pounds heavier. He looks to carry. But what really excites Bucky, I think, is the return of a healthy offensive line. He's going to have the heck of a year.
Second handoff to Bucky Irving, off to the right side, and gets his first down. Paul for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's starting at left tackle. One thing as good as anybody, and that's that jump cut, right, Coach?
He really does. His feet are always alive in the hole. He's got great vision, and I love his size. He does a great job finishing runs. But there's Rubault, the left tackle. Keep an eye on him. He's our 4th string left tackle protecting Mayfield.
To the right.
Wow.
And the reason the other offensive tackle is really good on the right side. Luke Gedeke just signed to Tristan Wirfs on the other side, and there's Zach Robinson, Coach. You have a little bit of insight on what he's going to try to do on offense this year. We won't see a lot going.
I do. He falls off the Sean McVay tree, and here's our first look at Kenny Gainwell. He used 2 different running backs extremely well, and I'm sure he has a similar plan with these 2 backs. But you said it, Rondé. A lot of them on their substitution. They're going to 2 tight end sets. They're getting to their 3 wide receiver looks, but they're not going to ask Mayfield to do much drop.
Flag on the play. Brad Allen, your referee, 13th season.
After the play was over, 17. Half the distance to the goal. The down counts. 3rd down.
And that was Ted Hurst. That's your rookie wide receiver. And that Todd Bowles constantly talks about his penalties, right? Self-inflicted wounds, if you will. He will not be very happy with Ted Hurst. Impossible. Says, what do you call here? Baker Mayfield, you're not letting him drop back.
This is going to be a screen or a draw, but you said it. Young receiver. McMillan out. Godwin is out. Abuka's out. Not a good start for Hurst.
Cameron Johnson coaches a guy play that role, and neither one of those guys have been practicing much lately. It's good to see Cameron Johnson, we were enamored with, and then he was hurt for the most part for the rest of the year. So seeing him getting some game time here in the preseason game.
They need him to have a good finish to training camp.
Riley Dixon on the punt. Riley Dixon had an up and down game last week against the Jets. Booms. Nico Marujo on return, and another flag comes in here before we go to Kansas City Chiefs.
These referees, they're in training camp mode as well.
During the return, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
Brad Allen's one of the difference. Been to 5 or 6 playoff appearances. He's been around a long time.
Relationship with any of them, Rondé.
Well, we're going to talk more about that and Todd Bowles-Stevens when we come back here. Raymond James Stadium.
Defense. Levante David, a great linebacker, retired, and there's Alex Anzalone, Florida Gator. He is going to be hearing from Todd Bowles wearing the green dot. Keep an eye on the communication on this Buccaneer defense.
For the Kansas City Chiefs, also out on that field is Travis Kelce. There's the pressure from corner, and we always know, and it was interesting, it was so interesting talking off the corner against the Kansas City Chiefs. He said he liked to do it just to let them know that it's there. Tyke Smith had a great season last year for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And I am shocked Kansas City did not see that on the end of line. They're missing their starting left tackle as well. That was a big mistake.
There is their offensive line. When Mahomes comes back, they will need to have that figured out. Pass quick off to the right, and Jacob Parrish with the quick think by default because of the injury to Benjamin Morrison is going to be the starting corner for your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This corner.
Yeah, he played in the nickel last year. He played in the slot. 72 tackles, 2 sacks. I'd like to see him play a little bit more preparations. Keep an eye at the top of the screen on number 25. Let's see him go get this Kansas City Chief receiver.
You asked for it. Clearly in some sort of match defense, but you know Todd Bowles, he likes to pop out his rushers and then bring only passes to nobody. Ruben Bain with the initial pressure.
Look at number 3. This. Look at this right here. Forget about all the sacks, all the tackles for loss. You got to hit the quarterback. You got to make your presence felt. Another 3 and out by
the deepest rush room. Just imagine the things that you could do on defense when you have that many rushers. Cam Johnson again back to this guy's electric when he gets the ball in the hand. I think he's just going to run out of bounds, but all in all, another positive kicker being in here right now.
I think it's all about communication, Rondé. Remember, he's got another new offensive coordinator. I'm sure they want to
still in the backfield. An actual pass from Baker Mayfield finds David Sills. Sills has been out for a little bit in training camp. I want to take a quick look on the other side of the ball. How about Mansour Delane out of LSU?
How about him? I mean, they traded up. They gave up a lot to get lots, and they both went to the Rams, both starting corners. So they need this youngster out of Virginia Tech / LSU to play big.
Still size. Kenny Gainwell. This is a tackle into the flat, but look, the Kansas City Chiefs, especially on defense. Steve Spagnuolo, their defensive coordinators, Andy Reid, their defensive coordinators, Steve Spagnuolo's, Chris Jones up front. They brought back L'Jarius Sneed, but he is not the same player that he once was. You look at this defense, it's a complete City Chiefs now.
Indeed, and their other first-round pick, Peter Woods, is lining up over the right guard, number 99. They're expecting him to... Yeah.
I think that was an incomplete pass, but...
they're going to run the ball, throw some quick passes, and obviously Kansas City is in position. But this is just good football by Kansas City. Recognizing a quick drop, get your hands up if you can't get there. And that's our mate. You said it. Andy Reid has re-energized this defense with youth, and you can do that after you go 6-11. This is foreign territory.
Back to receive. Also a flag on the play already, and good coverage by this Buccaneers special teams unit. Last step completion to it, Brad Allen has to say here.
I always wondered what's going on in these conferences.
Well, guys, the young guys trying to make the team also don't always know the rules. There's a flag down here. There's a flag also on the sideline, and the only reason you think that is because he does not have his hat on, and that's usually an indication that somebody is participating if we are correct here.
Looks like it could be multiple flags.
They're talking long enough for it to be multiple.
Yeah.
It better be multiple flags. I would have loved for him to say that. It's valid. Holding on the receiving team. Was there also holding on the return or the kicking team? Oh.
And that's a great start. Transferred to West Virginia. He ends up at Arizona. He has really had a nice camp. I know Todd Bowles wants the number 24 guards. He's been one of the stories here in Tampa.
Well, as we get back to play here, John, that penalty took a long time to figure out. There was legal hands to the face. I think he was declined. But all in all, Riley Dixon comes back out. He's going to punt again.
Punting the ball between the numbers and the sideline. You don't want to kick the ball in the middle of the field. Let's see Dixon pin this return.
11th day, he used to visit him down in South Florida with his family. Great coverage. They win it again. Will be excessively happy that his coverage units are wanted in his debut with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Riley Dixon didn't have the kicks that he wanted, and there look at him chomping on that gum, dude.
That coach was Danny on the field. Looked for a stick of gum, but they were all in his pocket. He's a heck of a coach. Fiery guy, 72 years old, and you wouldn't.
It was the running back again in the backfield here, Coach. Bucs have changed out most of their defensive starters and got their second unit in. And this is, we let Jeff give the intro, but Vita, long hold in with the Bucs during training camp. The one is in the game, nobody runs the ball against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
No, statistics prove it, Rondé. Almost 1 full yard more per attempt. They got to pick it up.
False start. Offense.
Kansas City's got a new offensive coordinator, too. Eric Bieniemy's here. And Andy's week, it was ridiculous. They've got an issue at right tackle. Benson is playing right tackle right now. He's a rookie from Indiana. They're moving Jalen out. But Andy Reid, he's been in too many good football locker rooms to tolerate much more of this penalty.
Yeah, Creed Humphrey down in distance, brought to you by Advent Health Teams Hospital of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Quick completion.
There's the guy whizzing. Not the tall, Texas San Antonio, but he's been playing as the personal protector on special teams. He's competing to become the third safety. Muhammad at the top of the screen, the ex-Detroit Lion who had 11 sacks. Let's see if he can generate some pressure at the...
Chiefs have 0 first downs going into that play, and that's their first run of flat. You mentioned Al-Quadid Muhammad. This is what Justin Fields is really good at. The short, intermediate passes, as you think about him as a quarterback, as a backup quarterback to a job as a starter in the NFL. But I do think his traits give him some value as a backup to Patrick Mahomes when he gets back. First and 10, again, got a good look here. Bucs having to deal with this running game of Kansas City, and much like the Tampa Kansas City, test this Bucs defense on the ground. We saw what happened in the first 2 series, 3 and out, but now that he's back up traction.
Yeah, and I like visiting with Todd Bowles the other day. I think he's back in his routine, Rondé. He trusts the offense, the direction they're headed, full control of this defense, and so far it has really showed tonight.
Cade Fordham. This Cade Fordham, rookie out of NC State, free agent, undersized, clearly a special teams type of run read, inside zone. He's making a tackle in the backfield. Great job by him setting up a 3rd and short here.
Very instinctive player, over 100. He's going to be a hard guy to not keep around here. The longer he stays, the more you like him.
Chiefs go 3 up top, tight end. Great pressure.
Boy, Anthony, the rookie right tackle with ease.
Add another guy to the rotation here.
He's got a huge wingspan, and Todd Bowles said it. He has not had this kind of edge rushers since Shaq Barrett and JPP. Different guys now that can really heat you up.
Diaby Bain, Al-Quadid Muhammad. You look at Anthony Nelson. Walker, who's coming back from a lost season a year ago. That's 5 guys you're just talking about, and that's not even including Chris Braswell. And he's very secure going into 2026 as opposed to the previous seasons.
Yeah, you don't have to blitz all the time. If you can get there with 4, you can play multiple coverages.
Uriza back to kick again to Cam Johnson. He moves back inside the 5-yard line. I don't know if you're supposed to take it in there, but he does. He makes a guy miss and he gets to the edge. There's Cam. Gives Bucks good field position. I think we've seen the last of Baker Mayfield, but their offense will be right back. But he got real-time reps. In comes Cheers in the league. He's had some meaningful starts in the NFL. And behind him is Josh Williams, a running back who we can't wait to. Let's pick up by Williams on the side. And then here's Jake Browning. The one thing that he is not, that gives us a chance to talk about this quarterback competition here, Coach, because Jake Browning is in a clear one after the game that Jalen
didn't play. He's not dynamic. He doesn't have a big arm. He's not a great scrambler. But when he plays, he knows how to distribute the ball. Now, last year, he really struggled in Cincinnati. They went to Joe Flacco. This is an important series for Browning, and look out.
Felix and Duque Uzama. I know this kid as well. He's trained appointment. He's been injured for a couple of years, but there is no resistance, just like the sack on the other side of the ball. Right tackle Ferner, number 91, and it's a huge hit on Jake Browning.
Well, Felix is responding. He's got a lot of competition.
And Jalen Daniels is coming in. That hit took a lot out of Jake Browning. And of course, you just mentioned, you take a look at this hit, Coach. This is
real speed. This one hurts.
10 of 15 last week against the New York Jets, and he showed some dynamism. There's a way to say that word. Dynamism.
I mean, there's no blocking there at all. There's a stunt on the left side of the Buccaneer offensive line. They don't pick it up. And Daniels, who's right-handed.
Clarify what happened on that last snap. The officials made Jake Browning come out of the football game there, probably to get Riley back on the punt again. Off this line. I think that last series, Coach, showed why Baker Mayfield didn't do a lot of drop-back passing.
No, you don't want that whatsoever, but regardless, you have to block better than that with your backup tackles. So far, Kansas City's offense hasn't done much either. Let's see if Justin Fields can mount a drive.
Well, the one thing we do know about only the third quarterback in history to have rushed for 1,000 yards. Obviously, that's where his strength is. We have not seen much of him as a passer. Comes out here.
That's a good throw. Good eye manipulation. And he found to the wide flare to his right. He dips that front side shoulder, throws a strike. There's Garnes with the wrap-up tackle.
Bucks are in. This guy flashing to the flat. It tells you one thing. Intrepid corners will know that you can stick your feet in the ground and go make a play. Garnes has not yet learned that. 34, three tight ends, one receiver. Stretch run out to the right, or to the left, I'm sorry, and
Emmett Johnson, that's the people's minds. The youngster, 5th-round pick out of Nebraska. He had 12 carries, 59 yards last week. That's his second impressive run of the night.
Running back 1,400 yards a year ago is Emmett Johnson. This is going to be the end of the first quarter. We'll be back. John, you having fun?
I am.
Spread formation, 2-IT. That was well executed. Crossing route. Receiver out of Arkansas. This is a big kid, 6'4", 210, running that crossing route easy.
This week, I saw him on YouTube planting defensive backs. He's a very good blocker. But with Justin Fields, if you can't pass, called by Kansas City out of the break.
And if you're Todd Bowles on defense here, you're playing a lot of zone now. You're not getting into the nuances that make it in a condensed formation here, and they're going to throw the football. Justin Fields looking for that throwback. Very good design throw and catch. Mason Brownlee, another huge receiver, 6'3" to his left, but always looking back to the right. These are offensive plays that I know you like to draw.
Well, you get underneath the center, you can set up some really advantage of the aggressive linebacker play of the Bucks.
Stand corrected. That was Jake Behrens who made that catch. You're back. Jet motion reverse. Every team in America.
The handoff to the jet sweep. A lot of times they use that as a diversion, and they force the line guys. They can get a nickel like you playing linebacker, Rondé.
There was a flag on this play. Again, was the call by Brad Allen. And talking about nickels, the Bucks
How about that?
This will be the 6th year in a row nickel cornerback. This year is expected to be Keontae Scott, the rookie out of Miami.
And it's not an easy position. I mean, that's where you made money as a Hall of Famer. I think he's got a great chance, as you said, to be an opening day starter.
Good pressure by Alquist to highlight him yet. 11 sacks last year for Detroit. Career high. There's Scott, the nickel cornerback. That was just immediate pressure by 97. Back to Scott. 6 foot, 195. He's not that typical nickel now. You think of the bigger body Derwin James type of nickels that are safeties as well. Todd Bowles doesn't have that kind of system to play that position. Motion by Barry Stool again. Quick drop by Justin Fields, and here we go.
That's a good break. And Garnes did a nice job driving on the quick game, limiting the yards after the catch.
I find the 3-step way more difficult to consider. It's really easy to figure out when there's 3, 5, 7. I can make plays based on their drops. Now it's much more difficult in the NFL. They've gotten bigger. They want to play at the line of scrimmage. You get a 3rd down like it is now, and all you want to do is beat us to the top. Justin Fields, immediate pressure again, and this is where you get worried about number 6 for Kansas City. He can always do that.
And take away a gap where you got to mush the rush or stunt the front, but you cannot rush straight up the field. The defensive line is going one way, the coverage is going the other, and there's a natural vacancy in the defense. And Fields, I'm sure Todd Bowles on that 3rd down situation.
Right, David Walker, the 2nd-year outside linebacker, slips and falls, and it even opens up that gap even more on the 10-yard line.
Let's go back to David Walker. Buck Buchanan Award, Defensive Player of the Year in FCS college football, over 30 sacks. He's got to show he can play the run.
Yeah,
definitely in the mix.
Well, in practice, you can see the repertoire of moves, the counters. You get in the games, haven't seen yet. Todd Bowles even mentioned that. Preseason games like this, while they seem unimportant, are very important for guys like David Walker. Fields again drops back, finding nobody by Melifonwu.
Melifonwu, number 35, the ex-Miami Dolphins. Got the coach's brother in Oakland. This is a long-armed guy. Had some cornerback skills at Syracuse. I think this Buccaneer football
There is definite uncertainty at the safety position behind Antoine Winfield and Tyke Smith. Here we go, 3rd and left. Nothing here. Here's where you got to keep him in the pocket because he only wants to scramble.
That's good defense by Tampa Bay. I love that. They make a mistake earlier. They let Fields out of there. He got the 1st down, but Todd Bowles and his defense. And now they make this a very difficult situation for Harrison Butker.
Watch Anthony Nelson there.
I love it.
Run to the sideline instead of trying to Muhammad Kamara, number 59, 2nd-year player out of Colorado State, to get his 1st sack as a Buccaneer. Great defense. I love, bam!
I sound like Becker Hoffman all
sound just like John Gruden. Buckner with the kick. We're on the board. 3. Cam Johnson back to receive here. Sean Tucker is the lead out front, and Cam Johnson gets out to the 30-yard line. He was hurt. They used a myriad of different running backs to fill that position, including Sean Tucker. But the guy that we have to talk, really lighting up the running back competition right now, is Josh Williams.
He sure is. He had a beautiful cutback touchdown last. Sean Tucker has that 3rd job in the bag. Not so fast.
There is Williams.
I coached his dad. Jermaine Williams was my fullback in Oakland, and Skip Pete, the running back coach, coached Jermaine Williams. This is a family operation of football, but this kid wore number 18 at LSU for a reason. They give that number to a guy. He's good on special teams. He can catch it out of the backfield, and I think he's good picking up blitzes. He's really in the mix.
Jake Browning back into the game with the backfield still, and here we go. Screen to Williams. Blockers out front. A couple of good cuts, which he does very well. Look at that leg drop.
You have to have patience. Let the offensive line get their blocks. I called it phasing. There's the kick out for additional yardage. But this kid can catch it, like I said. He can really run the rock. And I think he's good without the ball. Very good blitz pick.
Formation over there to get a good block. Josh Williams lines up in the dot. You love quarterbacks under center. I think Zach Robinson's going to do a lot.
Another false start.
False start. Offense, number 74. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
Backfield again. Quick screen out to Patterson. and really talk about Zach Robinson goes to this offense.
No doubt, Rondé. And he was in the pistol a lot in Atlanta. A lot of people thought we were going to be in the pistol all the time. The Rams, both of those teams over 50% of the time under the center. You help the back. The back can see better when there's some great play-action passes and bootlegs. That's what I expect to see from Zach Robinson. He's an excellent young coach.
Those coaches that you mentioned, number 84 just checks into the game, just brings us to that conversation. Cade Otton, we know what he is for this team. Payne Durham's more of the blocker, but they're looking for a guy creating himself and showing that he can play in this offense.
No doubt. And he's an interesting guy we need to talk about after this snap.
By two. Have to try to escape here. Does a good job finding Josh Williams in the flat. Made something out of nothing there, and Jake Browning is repertoire as well.
You know, you don't have to be fast. You have to be quick. You got to keep his eyes downfield, and he finds Williams. And I expected Williams to make that guy miss. But back to the tight ends, Rondé. Other than Room saw 2 other catches amongst all the other tight ends. So they need this young tight end to come through for him, and he has turned some.
Of Jason Light's 2026 draft. Bowers in the slot. Got it. Better throw. He did have him. I'm not sure who the corner was, but he did have him. That ball is inside on the red line, right, John?
Yes,
it's like right between the yard line and the sideline, and that's where the ball's supposed to go on fade balls like that.
They play more bump and run coverage than any other team in the league. Steve Spagnuolo, Fulton number 8 at the bottom of the screen. They are in your face.
3 here, the Bucs are going to go for it. Get the condensed formation, pull them out of man-to-man. Set up the little pick screen, or Browning just scrambling again. Somebody's got to go deep. Just let him toss it. Number 80.
They're going to get holding on Luke Haggard, number 72.
Number 72. 10-yard penalty. 4th down.
Number 72 playing left guard. Does a nice job handling the initial stunt there, Coach. But then as he starts to scramble, clear hold. And was actually looking that way.
Yeah. Let's just take a second here, Ron. They talk about Danny Smith, the special teams. You'd like Gunners at the top of the screen is our guy Garnes against this double press look of the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's see if we can down this inside to 10.
As a return, he's got a fair catch. I think that hit anybody, but yes, we are going to get that at the 10. Good job. Stands listening to you. They can't listen to me and John mess up the play calls up here, but they can definitely listen to you. What are you most looking forward to?
The ball going out in the draft and free agency. I'm excited about this team.
Well, can we get him to call one play with us so we can put a voice he has?
He does. He's got the perfect vocals. Here we go. Let's go.
Well, you is only as good as your spotter is, right? So
I got James Petrelka right here.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So we got Garrett Nussmeier in the ballgame from the LSU. Kansas City, 3-0 lead for the Chiefs. First down and 10. They've got the ball at their own 21-yard line. You got Emmett Johnson out of the shotgun. There's a snap. Handoff. Johnson kind of scoots his way through the right side of the line. Runs into the second level of defense where he's wrapped up. Bain, honestly, is one of my, I'm super excited to see him. I love how he got after the quarterback a little bit today when he was in the ball game. And
3rd and 1, Rondé.
Yeah.
Short yardage.
Short yardage, that means you put your big boys in there. We got a big one.
Clemson. Let's see if he can line up inside and stuff this. He's number 90.
I love how Coach described him. He said, Kansas City is challenging the spot. Is that right, Mr. Petrelka? I was not paying attention as Tony Castricone. They did. 1st and 10, Kansas City. But let's not stop talking about Capehart, because he is a massive
20. You can't coach size. You know, he only started 12 games at Clemson, but when you show up at the combine with this length, this size, and he gets to watch Vita Vea every day, that should help fast track him.
Incomplete. You had Nussmeier in your quarterback camp this year, didn't you?
I think this is a steal for Andy Reid in the 7th round. I love this kid. Gunslinger. His dad's the offensive coordinator of the New Orleans Saints. He's a coach's son. This guy has great communication. He's got a heck of an arm. Really good pickup for Kansas City in the 7th round.
He battled some injuries last year. He's LSU's number 2 in completion, pass attempts, passing. Speak out when you think about the quarterbacks at LSU. Under some pressure here, and finds a completion to Jalen Royals, who slips to it. How about Tony Castricone just stepping right into the booth at 0? It's 3:30 on the clock. Whatever. I haven't said that one time yet today.
Yeah, he's a real pro, and he knows he's got big shoes to fill. Deckerhoff's a legend.
Yes, there is Tony Castricone in the play-by-play booth for the radio right down next to one of your old tight ends.
Dave Moore.
They're doing some logistics. Here's Nussmeier again, little short rollout. Oh, about to get killed. And just throws this thing up for grabs. Nobody there. David.
That's 2 in a row for Walker. And he has a get on lightning, and he is giving Kansas City problems, but he arrives legal and vicious, and that's a factor grade. I said it earlier. You got to make the quarterback feel your presence. Good to see him back. He missed all on the outside, left or right. Question is, can he close out Kansas City in this 2-minute drill?
And the Johnson is look at that. Get off.
I think they got him that time.
Off, but to Royals again makes more Buccaneers miss. Gets them to the ground, and it's interesting that we're now talking about missed tackles in the Bucs secondary, because when we're specifically for the corners is they have to be better tacklers. And last week against Kansas, against the New York Jets,
the penalties decline. It's 3rd down.
we had too many missed tackles, and it is a problem for this young group in the secondary.
On Walker, and the other thing that bothers Todd Bowles is pre-snap penalties.
Right.
Walker's got to key the ball in the preseason.
You all call that play. Cleveland and home against Minnesota. Definitely come out and check out your Bucs. I think they're your favorite part of football, isn't it,
I
Coach?
do love it.
Nussmeier drops back.
David Walker is having a field day. Run a speed rush. Why not spin? Watch this spin rush on the left side. I mean, that's a great job by Walker. Rex rush. That's what Todd Bowles wanted to see.
And that's the type of moves that this kid has. He's got so many tools. It's good to see that they're showing up today. Again, now 2nd and 10. Quick motion. Sets up this bunch formation at the top of the screen. Running in. Oh!
I think it's picked off to Marion Williams. Off the ricochet. It's a great job by Tampa Bay.
Great defenses, coach. Play great zone coverage. And look at 2 defenders rallying. I don't know if he didn't get it. They're in the end zone celebrating like they got some takeout. Y'all better get y'all butts back to the huddle. This ball's definitely,
You know what?
definitely
I used
going to
to
be
stand down.
Incomplete pass.
You always say, I caught it, I
yes.
caught it. I wasted more challenges on you, Barber, than any other.
Oh, I took away my fair share for you, though, buddy. Javen Wright was the linebacker. Potential interception by Williams. Down a distance, brought to you by Advent Health, the exclusive hospital of the Tampa Bay. Advent Health is wrong on the screen, by the way, but don't pay attention. That's 3rd and 10, 3 receivers down to the bottom. Tight end flex, short flex to the top of your. Nussmeier, most of the game at running back. Quick drop. Again, good pressure by Tampa Bay defense. And nearly another sack game as well. He had the sack earlier, teamed with Anthony Nelson. Gets the Bucs off on 3rd down there.
That's a big play. Relentless pursuit by Kamara off that right side.
Yeah, he had to go through a tight end, then deal with the tackle. I love factor type plays.
Yes.
Buckner on to kick a 58-yard field. You got to be impressed with the Bucs defense when they've been down here in the red zone. He throws it. Nice little deal with pressure, and this is going to be a pressure situation. Not much today.
No doubt we'll get into that in a second, but let's see if we can get some field position to start this drive for Brown.
Johnson again back to receive deep. This kickoff. This one is into the end zone. I think he's going to put his knee down. Bring the ball out to the 20.
Here comes Browning. The one thing I would have said to Jake on the sideline is get in a huddle and shake these guys up. Shake them up. Get in there, grill a little. Let's get some pass protection. Let's get a completion to start the drive. We got to have a positive play to start this drive. Well, let's get it. We put some points on the board.
35-yard line. Pardon my mistake there. Bucks 2-by-2. 2 receivers at the top. Tight formation. Sean Bush. Bauer in motion, and then quick throw, and again. We talked about this earlier. You get draw a defender away, and he makes it 1st down.
Yeah, surprisingly, Tampa Bay is in the huddle. Minute 20 and counting. 3 timeouts. Got a lot. with the clock rolling.
You talk about communication, getting that communication with the second, potentially backup quarterback. Left, Browning another quick throw. He is hit right away. That ball is out. Beanbag down. And Sean Tucker, that was going to be a takeaway by this Chiefs defense. And this is the second time that Browning has hurt 21. Jaden Hicks, who's had a great camp for the Kansas City Chiefs, comes in unscathed, and he put the running back in a
side. You got to ID it properly. That time the center in the back didn't see it, and they paid for it. But that's the same blitz that, and I'm sure Kevin Carberry, the offensive line coach, is going to be drawing that up at halftime.
There's a play here. Brad Allen, maybe a clock issue.
The ruling on the field of a fumble is under further review.
Whether it was an incomplete pass or a fumble, the Bucs did change the spot.
Yeah, I'm not happy if I'm Browning. I mean, he's taking some serious hits. Blindside hit in the first or car wrecks.
Right.
These are not normal sacks.
Is this hand coming forward? I'm not sure. I've stopped right up here with the refs and the replay. We'll take another look at it, but to me, it doesn't look like his arm is coming forward or gets that arm going forward.
Well, the rule on the field was an incomplete pass. That's a fumble, if you ask me. That's in Tampa.
Very similar to the tuck rule, John?
You would bring that up, man. Why don't you just kick me?
I got plenty of zingers that I could.
Where's Chris Myers? Does he get back at the second half or what?
Man,
I do not like seeing blitzes unaccounted for.
Right.
You know, you have to get the center to recognize it so he can get four blockers to the four-man side.
The play, the ruling on the field stands. It's a fumble with recovery by Tampa Bay.
Conversely, 28 career sacks prove that I liked it the other way.
Yes.
Oh, anyways, Browning, we have second now and 19. That's the decision of a fumble and recovery by Sean Tucker. I think it'll be interesting to block and then get out, and that's probably where Browning's going to try to find his football, or he's going to run. And timeout. Third and 10 situation here.
And I go back to Daniels. We're going to season game, and you're playing with backup linemen, but Jalen Daniels might have made this a little bit more interesting than Browning here.
Yeah, yes. Guard to open up that lane that then Jake Browning ran through. There's Jalen Daniels. He starred last week in the second. Connor Bazelak, who I'm not sure if we'll see in this game tonight. He's a very efficient quarterback, but this guy is much more exciting. He is certainly, Todd Bowles told us if the snaps would have been even earlier, it may not be that much of a competition, but you still have to put it on formation. Browning is shotgun with Sean Tucker out to the left. It's quick pass out to Bauer. It's going to be fourth down.
Sharp, his first catch.
What do you really like about him?
I like Sharp. He played quarterback at Southeast Louisiana. I think he could be a wildcat. Pass receiving in 2024. He goes to LSU, catches 25 passes. He's 256 pounds. He can do special teams last week against the Jets, but Cade Otton is the man here. He is the tight end, but who is the number 2 tight end?
O'Keefe, who essentially is just a
fullback blocking type tight end, but we could use another tight end. You know, you see the Rams using 3 tight, use 2 and 3 tight end sets. It's important that he emerges.
4th and 5. The Bucs are going to keep their offense on the field. Cam Johnson goes to the top of you. I'm not trying to throw him off. Jake Browning doesn't quite have the athleticism to make something out of nothing there and find that first down. So the Chiefs will get the ball back. Defense on the back end. Somebody's got to win. Bauer Sharp is open for a half second. Chris Roland Wallace does a good job stepping in front.
And here's year. But let me tell you, this guy, when I was coaching the Raiders, he's the first guy I never wanted to see when I went to Kansas City. This guy is an IB. 69 yards? Give me a break.
Let's do it. All right. Bucs fans are. It's not cold. And he drilled it. He got this, I think. He absolutely got this. Received a little fumble on the initial touch, but there's Sean Tucker out to the 32-yard line. There is 2 flags. Definitely not help field position. Hold Here's Jake Browning again. You already mentioned it. 6 for 8 in the first half. Clearly
Feeding team. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. It's first down, Tampa Bay.
taking numerous hits, hard ones. I mean, go.
It's not. And look, when you're the head coach, you go down there, and that's when you have a few words with your offensive football team. Look, but obviously you come out, start the third quarter, a penalty on special teams backs us up, doesn't help. Let's see if we can get a completion here on first down.
Getting a little more tenacity up front will definitely be something that Zach Robinson is looking for. Josh Williams is back, got behind the quarterback under center, J2. A play probably going to go run over to this side because of that receiver moving in, right? The tells before the snap out here.
Well, that's what about RCE. Recognize the defense and then communicate it to line of scrimmage. And if we can do that, it can lead us to high levels. Very heady quarterback. He knows this system. And now it's up to his guys around him to help him execute it.
Career 68.5 passes in his career. He is very efficient as a quarterback. Good slip screen here to Bauer Sharp, the tight end. We've been trying to focus, and this is what I love about him. First turned his body straight up the field and ran through 4 or 5 defenders, got a first down. Same
Up the offense. He can play multiple spots. Here he is going north and south, and you said it. Good leg drive, good pad level, good finish. First down.
situation, Coach. What are you calling?
I like to see a bootleg, a play action pass on first down.
Got 3 receivers, 2, and it is your back.
There we go.
Half roll.
That's a good play.
Cameron John. Nice completion by Jake Browning.
Good fake, eliminated the underneath coverage. The linebackers are fooled, and there's Johnson on a deep cross and a catch. Good work.
I know last year they wanted this kid to really turn into maybe a situational slot guy, a guy that can do a lot of things. Makes a big catch for his quarterback. Josh Williams again under the center. Another bootleg.
This is going to be a lot of the Buccaneer offense. First down, play action pass, and
Give me a sense of what the quarterbacks look crossing, one on a deep corner, if you will. What's his process?
well, if you get out clean, you can take a look down the field. But if you have quick pressure, you wasn't dropped.
The quick slant. Jets got a couple of catches there.
Just a sharp slant route. Well thrown by Browning, setting up third down and a long 5. Cam Johnson, 19. Bulls might be in 4-down territory here, Rondé.
Well, I don't know why he wouldn't be. His offense has been ineffective, top and bottom. Browning has plenty of time, great protection up front, nowhere to go with this football. And here's the difference, right? With D coming up soon and a Browning who has to take that sack and lose.
Got plenty of time to abort this play. Sometimes the best play you can make is throwing the ball away. But now we can't go 4-down, 4th ball. I don't like that by a veteran quarterback holding the ball on 3rd and 5.
Time today. Good kick inside the 10-yard line. Good coverage again. Got this returner completely fouled. I do too. NC starts off the run, stuffed inside. Some new Buck players into the football game right now, including Pyburn, who had 2 sacks in last week's game. Elijah Roberts, 95 there, had a sack and a tackle for a loss. When we talk about making the case to make this football team, this kid showed up last week.
2 sacks up against Ethan Driscoll, who really struggled last week.
Out to the side. Oh, great. But perfect time to talk about some Bucs players that are making a case. Number 1 on that list, obviously, Jalen Daniels. Josh Williams had the touchdown last week. Bauer Sharp, guards who had that pass breakup, and then Rashad Wisdom had interception last week. This is the time of year when these guys got to shine.
No doubt about it. But on 3rd and long, keep an eye on Pyburn at the bottom of the screen, number 58, against a tackle who has really struggled for defense.
You know that Todd Bowles likes to jump out, and this is actually cover 4 now. And another near interception. Side play in that nickel position. One thing that Todd different positions. Not that much of a rush, but that was a tight window, and Williams nearly made a great play.
Todd Bowles showing pressure, and that's a really good play by Williams. He had 11 tackles last week. His name could have been on that list easily. He's playing himself into a roster.
Arms are going to be that. Man, Cam Johnson again returning the kick, and that one's going to bounce favorably for the Bucs.
Me up. like a punching bag, but those
anti-Andy Reid moments. We get Jalen Daniels in the game. Up fake to Sean Tucker. And I think this game might take a little bit of a different tone. Wait, here's Andy Reid. 9-6 all-time record, 2-2 postseason with the Bucs here. This dude is a culture changer, and you have a lot of respect to the Kansas City Chiefs. He's the bridge between two eras of football, really. Donovan McNabb, and now what he has in Patrick Mahomes. He is the quintessence.
Yeah, I grew up in football with him back in Green Bay. Great coach, great communicator, tireless work ethic.
It is a catch.
It's just as we had hoped. They move the pocket, running to his right. He throws a strike.
And they were originally going to challenge this, but up some great catch. Patterson, of course, a local product in the Tampa Bay area, and he had a good preseason game last year. 6'2", 200%, we mentioned earlier at Georgia Tech last year.
You got to walk the chalk. Get both feet in if you're a young wideout. Great work.
Sean Tucker, I'll feel it, coach. So this offense has already opened up. And here's the run, the design run to Jalen Daniels off to the right, 10 yards, first down, Tampa Bay.
You can run the zone read. They don't even block the end man on the line of scrimmage. They read him. And a nice job.
Yeah, he reads
by Daniels.
Yeah, reads about what the identity of Zach Robinson offense could look like. This is more like it. Baker can run these type of plays. Of course, Jalen has shown that he can run these the back type formation. Look at this. Get it from now to the flat. Patterson again. Good tackle.
And it attracts everybody's attention. But a good job moving the pocket. He's out clean. Good throw in the flat by the Chiefs. This is where it gets tough, though, Rondé. Second down in the red zone. Windows get tighter. Let's see if Daniels can finish a drive.
3 receivers and a tight end to the bottom. What are your favorite plays down here? Direct runs, set up a third and short. Daniels checking in. Gets the same call, though. Fumbles the ball, but makes up for it. And gets something out of complete.
Maddening. You have a young quarterback. He recognizes the overload. You see him go to his helmet. He alerts the fumble snap.
Right. It's going to be a wide zone run by Sean Tucker. But again, you can say that a boy. He sets up a third and short here. And Zach Robinson will definitely not be going deep into his playbook to call a play here. Tenacity and heart, and see if he can get a first down here. Quick throw to the side. Inside zone, and that's on the offensive line, just down inside the 2-yard line.
Keep an eye on Daniels right here. He's getting late out of the huddle the last right now.
What type of information other than the call would Zach be giving him right now?
Well, you give him the personnel. Hey, we're in 12 personnel. He'll call the play with a possible audible or alert. But you can see Daniels breaking the huddle late inside of 12 seconds and a little confused.
Wide receivers, 2 tight ends, and a running back. And here's where you want to see number 10 out on the rope. That's a great throw.
And Jalen Daniels gives it to us. They run a bootleg to his right. Really a well-covered into a tight window, and there's your guy Keith for the touchdown. But a great job.
Is not known as a receiving tight end, but has to go down low, and wow, what a catch. For all the objections is wrong, but that throw, no platform. Talk about a quarterback to throw the ball like that with no platform.
I mean, this guy at Kansas for over 9,000 yards and rushed for 1,500. Very few guys have ever done it. That's the kind of dual threat quarterback we have here in Tampa.
I mean, he's got some stuff for you, dude. There we go.
Yeah.
What do you got, Chucky?
Baker. I'm a backup broadcast. Jalen Daniels, the backup quarterback. It is a big battle behind so far this preseason.
Yeah, I mean, I think he has all the ability in the world. And just for a young quarterback, knowing all the motions, timing, and everything. So that'll be the biggest part for him. But as of right now, he's handling it great. So if he can continue that, good things are going to happen. But I'm proud of him so far.
Complete pass on the bootleg. Hey, I got to ask you, distraction, the contract, I read about you daily. How are you handling this, and where do we sit?
No, I'd have a team immediately, and just to clear the air on it to where it wouldn't be looming around everybody. And just apologize also they wouldn't ask anybody. So for us to be able to move forward, it's all about us, how we're getting better, and how we're going to be ready for week 1.
I love that you're focused stuff, Baker. Trust me, we'll take care of it. See a sense of what this offense is going to be like this year under Zach Robinson. Little bit the same, but also some new wrinkles.
Yeah, our guys up front. If those guys can stay healthy, top 3 unit in the league, without a doubt in my mind.
So if those guys stay healthy, we're gonna. I mean, Buck, he's healthy. He's ready to roll. Kenneth Gainwell coming in and has been a great addition for us, and just all the skill guys that we have, the guys that we added in, and just the new pieces. So
I got a question for you here, because I'm up here with you called him Chucky, so I'm gonna call him Chucky. Our Super Bowl didn't run a shotgun snap in that season. What's your thoughts on under center, shotgun? You like them both equally? That one better?
just to be able to establish the run game, the play action, the screens that you're able to do from under center, keep the defense unbalanced and not know what you're doing based on format under center. Obviously, you need to be able to get in the gun and throw it and protect when you need it. But for the most part, it's for us, it starts under center.
Will be back soon. That would bring all 5 starters back. You haven't had that group together since 2024.
Yeah.
How's that feel?
Just excited. All those guys are pretty pumped up to play with each other as well, just to be with their chemistry that they've built over the years, and then just they play for each other, and that's the most important thing. And they set the tone and the standard each and every day, and I'm excited about it, and I know they are as well.
Godwin, Jalen McMillan, Tez Johnson, Ted Hurst, no Mike Evans. How do you replace the legend?
Yeah, I mean, but I think Chris Godwin, in his own way, has stepped up tremendously leadership-wise. Just continued to help groom these younger guys and help them. A bigger receiver, so hopefully he can continue to grow and help us out. I mean, you guys have seen flashes of it already, but just using his big body for contested catches and some third downs, contested catches, situations like that. But, those other 3 guys that you mentioned, studs.
Bake, I got in Oklahoma for 2 days with the Sooners. You know what that song sounds like, that Boomer Sooner?
I've never heard it before. You might.
I mean, that is a great program. Maybe just a quick summary of your journey, man, from some coordinators. What is it about Baker Mayfield playing quarterback that you love?
I love this game. It's the game that I love. I'm living a dream, so I'm going to make it work no matter what.
I love it.
Good
Baker,
luck, man.
You're the best, man.
Appreciate you guys.
Go be bold. I love it. See you, buddy.
See you guys.
Pass interference on that last play. I think it was Roman Parodi, the Chiefs, down inside the 15-yard line. Quick drop back, sling it out to the tight end, and the Bucs defense comes up to make a tackle. We've been in this situation. This is a really good opportunity for Todd Bowles to teach these young guys about bend, don't break defense. Unfortunate pass interference call down the sideline.
You also have to tip your hat to Nussmeier at quarterback. He's made some really good plays in the pocket. He's made a couple audibles. And you're right.
Like formation, motion out, just set up the run, and good run.
And he looks like he has daylight to score. But out of nowhere, there's your corner Gaines, number 24. I mean, this is locked, lit in there, made that tackle.
If there was one thing I would have told him to do is keep your head up.
Keep your head up.
Miss more tackles with your head down than not. I moves like He'll learn that. He's not big enough to make those type of tackles. Here we go inside the 3-yard line. This zoom motion. This is such a tough play to defend, and down to the inch line.
I thought he was in. Cyrus Camp. His knee is down.
Just matter where that ball was spotted. Sets up a second inches and goal. Second and goal, just inches away. Look at big number 92 Simmons in there.
Cape Hartnum.
Easy touchdown.
And Kansas City answers the score with one of their own. That's a big reason why Kansas City really know how to play situational football. Credit to Andy Reid putting the drive together right after the Buccaneers.
Field goal opportunity game for Kansas City. Nussmeier comes in, does a great job. Johnson, who's fighting for that backup role behind Kenneth Walker. 5-yard touchdown. Butker with the extra point attempt. It is, of course, good. And we'll be back. There's a flag on the field. Thank you, Brad Allen. Gonna make him kick it again. I mean, he just made a 69-yard field goal.
Yeah. Butker had a down year last year in his standings. Obviously, he's made half, but this extra point is no gift.
He was 9 of 11 from 50 yards. That's a complete contrast to the Bucs kicker, McLaughlin, who was almost automatic from 50 yards. This PAT is going to be 43 yards.
Winston.
Probably be a role that he was nicely could occupy. Here's Green out to the 27-yard line. Suncoast Hyundai Dealers. Hyundai Getaway Sales Events is going on now. Get your local Hyundai dealer today.
Well, Daniels got the party, called himself on a zone read, and then fourth down, he hits Keith for a critical first down, and then a bootleg and a tight window. Doubt the drive of the game, the player of the game, in my opinion, is Jalen Daniels, and here we are with Daniels under the center again.
Wide receiver, and then it's Sean Tucker's running back play action pass, and that's where the ball is going to try to go incomplete. The one thing, I'm the right guy to criticize this, his footwork gets a little antsy at times. I don't know how you coach lines in spite of it.
Well, it's going to take some time. That's the second time I've seen Daniels struggle with the center exchange when he's been under the
Completion of the day on that drive. He was 4 for 4 for 33 yards. Down and distance brought to you by Advent Health, the exclusive hospital of the Tampa. Daniels in the shotgun. Sean Tucker again off to the right, and here he goes. Creates a little bit of space on the play, and it looks to be against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Holding. Defense number 19.
Maybe this is why he didn't have anywhere to go. Eric Rivers gets pulled completely to the Cameron Johnson. Oh, I'm sorry, Eric Rivers is a guy that really is as a wide receiver. And here he is with the ball in the red. This is the type of role, John, that Tez Johnson, although he's been hurt for most of this preseason, advantage of it.
Yeah, you got to make the defense defend every blade.